Siddharth Nath Singh of the BJP, Sushant Sareen of the Vivekananda International Foundation, Commodore J Singh, Defence Analyst, Times Now's consulting editor, Maroof Raza, India's most trusted voice on strategic affairs, Tariq Azim, leader of the PMLN and former Minister of Pakistan, Barrister Zahid Saeed from Islamabad, and Syed Tariq Peerzada also from Islamabad. Tariq Azim, my first question is to you. Is Mehjabeen Sheikh Dawood Ibrahim's wife?
To me?
Yes, that question is to you.
I'm sorry. Could you?
Arnab,
To me, saying what?
ask me.
Now, my question is first to Tariq Azim. I'll come to you, Barrister. My question to Tariq Azim is this.
Tariq Azim.
Is Mehjabeen Sheikh Dawood Ibrahim's wife or not?
Arnab, I do not know Dawood Ibrahim. Neither I know Mehjabeen. Even if I heard their voice, I would not recognize them. But I can understand now that India is cornered, they would come up with some Bollywood script. I can understand that. These days, I can even produce your voice by computer graphics, by computer tricks. So I do not know what you have done.
No, we tracked down Dawood Ibrahim. We tracked down Dawood Ibrahim.
Finish, please.
Sir, don't 1 second. We tracked down Dawood Ibrahim to the address called D13, Block 4, Karachi Development Authority, Schedule 5, Clifton. My second question is to you. My second question to you, sir. I just want to understand from any reasonable person, and I hope you will be reasonable today. I want to know why anyone would claim to be Dawood Ibrahim's wife if they were not. Why? And second, can any one of you tell me that? Okay, let Tariq Peerzada or maybe Barrister Zahid Saeed tell me. Why would anyone claim to be Dawood Ibrahim's wife if they were not?
Arnab, why would you break a news today? Why would you break a news today when we have got to give you 3 dossiers? As soon as we offer to give you 3 dossiers on Indian involvement in Pakistan,
answer the question.
You come up with this Bollywood
sir, you
script.
answer the question.
I'm asking,
what is the question?
The answer.
My dear sir.
Okay, what's Siddharth Nath Singh responding? Siddharth Nath Singh, please. Go ahead, Siddharth.
Sir, you do not wish to give any dossiers because you're trying to flash dossiers as if you have dossiers. But if you are serious about dossier, then you should be, Siddharth Aziz should be the first person taking a flight, coming to India rather than putting conditions that the NSA talk, before NSA talk, he needs to meet the Hurriyat. So do not do that. If you are serious that India's involvement is there, this is your chance to shame India. Give the evidences to India on a platform which your Prime Minister has agreed with the Indian Prime Minister. Or the world is going to say that please hear me. No, you're not. Well, we would love. So are you confirming Mr. Siddharth Aziz is coming tomorrow?
Yes, he is coming tomorrow. A plane is standing by to take him.
Well, then in that case, the evidence with India, credible evidence on many other issues, along with the Dawood Ibrahim being in Karachi, along with what the Times Now has done, will be also shown and given to them. So let's take it from there. So do not deny certain evidences which are with the Indian domain now.
So is it a coincidence that you produce this evidence today when you find out that we are bringing this evidence with us? We are bringing this dossier to give it to you.
Okay. Now, what are you, sir? Please don't.
Well, is it a coincidence that Osama bin Laden is found in Pakistan? Is it a coincidence that Dawood is found in Pakistan? What are these coincidences?
Is it not a coincidence? Is it not a coincidence that you should bring this up today?
Many other Lashkar-e-Taiba, Naved comes. Is it a coincidence that Naved comes from Pakistan? Is it a coincidence that Kasab comes from Pakistan and they all are trained by LET?
We have 3 dossiers to give it to you tomorrow. And that's why you're running away.
No, 1 second.
That's why you're running away, my friend.
I will look into it. Don't, you know, do not do propaganda. Come with evidences. We are happy to receive your evidences.
Not us.
We have your Pakistani trained militant terrorists in our custody. custody, which is, his name is Naved. We have enough evidences against Kasab. We have now certain evidences which have come in light on Dawood Ibrahim. So we have number of things. We will pursue it. But today,
in fact,
don't make a propaganda.
I take serious objection. I take serious objection to what you're saying, Tariq Azim.
National security advisors
No. I take serious.
all the evidence that you have on the table.
I take serious.
But do not put any precondition.
No, I take serious.
We will not take any dictation from you.
Sir,
we will not take any dictation from India.
Sir, I take serious.
What are you going to be putting up the preconditions?
Sir,
we are prepared to come without
any
any
condition. Sir, it is your fault if you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk. It is if there is the whole issue of you don't want to talk, it is because you don't want to face the kind of evidence which has been placed here before you. My question has been left unanswered.
We are prepared to come. You are running away from talks, my friend.
Sir, talks are only on terror. The talks are only on terror.
Who's running? Where does Hurriyat come into the entire
There is not a word on anything else. So let's be clear about that.
What was the issue that has caused all this? What was the issue that caused this? Only because we wanted to talk to some Kashmiri leaders?
No. You have to be clear with me. What do you mean? What was the issue which caused?
We did not want to include them in talks in Hyderabad House or somewhere else. We only said we will be talking to people who come from Kashmir in Pakistan embassy. You know the diplomatic norm. You know what has been going out in the past.
So you can't dictate terms anymore. You've agreed to talk on terror. You've agreed to talk on terror. One second. Maroof Raza is coming in. So is Sushant Sareen right now. I'll let Maroof come in. I'll let Sushant come in first.
Talks on terror?
One second. Maroof,
please explain to us.
One second. First of all, I'd let Maroof come in first. Okay, Maroof,
Arnab,
go ahead. Maroof.
May I?
Yeah.
Mr. Tariq Azim, Arnab.
Yeah.
Arnab, Mr. Tariq Azim is a man I have great respect for.
Sir.
We have heard him many times on this channel, and he is normally very sensible, balanced and moderate. Unfortunately, cornered as he is this time, like the rest of Pakistan, he has begun to take a very aggressive stance, which is normally the establishment line. Now, sir, let me clear 2-3 points to you. Point one is that the composite dialogue which you have been hankering for was something which came into being in 2004, but after the Mumbai attacks, the best we could hope to do was have a resumed dialogue process. The NSA level talks are only part of the resumption process, and it was agreed in UFA that both sides would address terrorism as a starting step leading on to other issues like your core concern of Kashmir. Nobody says that will not be addressed in due course of time. But what we are going by, what has been agreed and announced by your foreign secretary, who was probably one of your junior colleagues at some stage when you were in government. Now, the point I wish to bring out is the following, sir. The first point is that we are not running away from the Kashmir issue. In fact, the Kashmir issue, whether you like it or not, is very much to our advantage despite the best efforts by many hawks at your end. And let us agree, at least amongst us, on two things. Would you be happy, you say you have dossiers on India, would you be happy if our national security advisors after the meeting go public with the evidence on both the dossiers and let the evidence come out in the public and let many other analysts examine it, that who is calling the bluff, who is actually telling the truth? Because my understanding is, based on the writings of people from Pakistan,
yes, Maroof,
that your evidence on Balochistan and your evidence on Karachi
let's remain focused on the Dawood
clincher. There is one article on Karachi written by a BBC journalist, which has become an article of faith for you.
Let's remain focused
finally, sir, I want to bring out one point. Even David Headley's assertions, in which David Headley said very clearly when he was being trained in Karachi, there was a person from Maharashtra who was orchestrating and helping out with the training process. So even Headley has confirmed Dawood's presence there, other than Shahryar Khan, who said Dawood was in Pakistan but has left Pakistan. So obviously if you were in Pakistan,
Mr. Peerzada,
and now we are giving you flight details of him returning back.
Mr. Peerzada,
why are you shielding an international criminal, sir? Why are you shielding him?
This is
your chance,
Mr. Peerzada.
This is your moment of truth. This is your chance to come out in the World Forum and show you are sincere about at least dealing with international terrorists if not your strategic assets, the jihadi groups.
You realize
this guy
you realize
is not such a strategic asset anymore. He's a liability for you, sir.
What are you gaining by giving this shelter to Dawood Ibrahim? And more importantly than that, you need to understand, Syed Tariq Peerzada and Barrister Zahid Saeed, that this man is unfortunately an Indian citizen. He is an Indian citizen.
Fortunately, an Indian citizen.
Yeah, unfortunately, and by the way, no, my question, one second. Let's say, Tariq Peerzada, you tell me, why would his wife say that he is at home?
If you be quiet, then I can begin to say something.
If you pray, listen to my question, why would his wife say that he is at home sleeping in Karachi if he was not?
All right,
Who says
here's the answer.
His voice that you are talking
computer, here.
Please listen.
Listen to me for 1 second. All right, 30 seconds. Here's the answer. I have been on your show over the years and on all other Indian shows, and we have heard about this trash talk about Dawood Ibrahim. Sometimes you and your media claimed that he was in UAE. Then your media claimed after 6 months that he was in Karachi. Then you guys all went to bed and forgot the issue. And here you come back as a diversionary tactic on the issue of Kashmir, that you have started raising the issue of Dawood Ibrahim today, when the issue is not Dawood Ibrahim, it is the resumption of talks on Kashmir, when India is on the defensive, and you guys have no face to show even to your
the phone number,
the United States.
The phone number, remain focused. Syed Tariq Peerzada, remain focused. The telephone bills. Now, Mr. Peerzada, no, 1 second, Mr. Peerzada, answer a question. Would anyone, Mr. Peerzada,
the world knows
Mr. Peerzada,
and you have no face
date of
to show to anybody. You are on the defensive. Pakistan has seized the moment.
Don't keep talking non-stop. The date of installation of the phone number is 15th of April 2006. Yes. One. Second is, now I will reveal the phone number.
The voice.
Plus 922 13
You're mute.
5 plus 922 135 87 dash phone in the name of Dawood Ibrahim Mehjabeen Sheikh, D13 Block 4 KDA Schedule 5 Clifton Karachi. You need any more details? The exchange number, do you want to know? You want to know the customer ID number? Customer ID number 169133 582165-7D. You want to know how much money?
You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that.
You want to, and by the way, 1 second, you need any more details than that, is it? And Mehjabeen Sheikh picks up the phone and confirms her identity and her address.
5.
Why didn't you call up this number? I'm revealing the number. I put it all out on public domain. Now tell me.
Call that number.
No, why don't you find out? Are you embarrassed, Tariq Azim?
No,
Are you
I'm going
embarrassed?
to dial now. I'm going to dial this number now. I'm going to dial this number now.
How are you going to dial the number?
Yeah, I'm dialing this number now.
How are you dialing the number? Which number? Which number are you dialing?
The number that you just gave us.
Really, you're dialing it? I didn't give you the full number. Don't act.
Yeah, I'm going to dial it now.
I didn't give you the full number. What are you dialing? You're acting. You're a minister. You're acting on television. Which number are you dialing? Show me the number you dialed. Which number are you dialing? No, which number? No, I'm seeing a blank screen there. Sir, please. You're not dialing any number. Don't do drama here, please. Show me your phone. Put it on air.
You're doing dramas.
Put the phone. You didn't get the number. What are you dialing? You're a minister. What are you doing on television? Doing that. You didn't have a number. Number है ही नहीं आपके पास. आप क्या dial कर रहे हैं? दिखाइए मुझे last dial numbers. Put your phone up. तारिक अजीम,
जो नंबर आपने डायल किया
आज दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाए। आप फोन नंबर तो दिखाएं, फोन तो नंबर दिया ही नहीं, आप एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं टेलीविजन।
अरनाब भाई जो नंबर आपने डायल किया था वही नंबर मैं डायल कर रहा हूं।
कौन सा नंबर डायल किया मैंने लास्ट 3 डिजिट्स तो दिए ही नहीं, आप तो एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं टेलीविजन पर।
आपने कोई नंबर डायल किया ना हमने कोई नंबर डायल किया।
अरे भाई मैंने तो डायल किया मगर आपको लास्ट 3 नंबर्स मैंने दिए नहीं, मैंने कस्टमर आईडी दी। आप कहने आपने कस्टमर आईडी को फोन कर रहे हैं, आप क्या बात है?
जो आपने नंबर डायल किया था मैं भी वही नंबर डायल कर रहा हूं।
नहीं मैंने तो कस्टमर आईडी दी थी। कस्टमर आईडी टेलीफोन नंबर नहीं होता है।
मैं नहीं कहूंगा झूठ बोलने का।
नहीं आप ऐसा झूठ
मैं नहीं कहूंगा।
मैंने कस्टमर नहीं मैंने तो कस्टमर आईडी। आप देखिए आज सारे भारत
जो नंबर आपने
यू आर अ मिनिस्टर। नो मिस्टर तारिक अजीम,
एक मारूजी नंबर
तारिक अजीम जी,
मैन्युफैक्चर्ड
तारिक अजीम जी, मैंने
मैन्युफैक्चर्ड कॉल आप रिकॉर्ड करके मेरे भाई अरनाब साहब।
अरे तारिक अजीम आप तो बिल्कुल ही एक्सपोज हो गए आज। आप बताइए मुझे एक कस्टमर आईडी नंबर को आप फोन कर रहे थे।
मैं आपका जो आपने नंबर डायल किया कराची में,
कौन सा नंबर डायल किया मैंने?
कैसे आपने डायल किया?
कैसे पता
आपने डायल किया?
कौन सा नंबर आपको कैसे पता मैंने कौन सा नंबर डायल किया?
बिकॉज आपने कभी डायल ही नहीं किया।
नहीं मगर नंबर आप
never dialed any number.
What I have given the customer ID number. I have given the customer ID number. I have given the telephone bill.
Spoof.
I have got it on tape.
अरे भाई आपने कोई नंबर डायल किया ही नहीं।
आप क्या डायल कर रहे थे? मेरे पास तो नंबर है, आपके पास क्या नंबर है?
मैन्युफैक्चर्ड नंबर।
आपके पास क्या नंबर?
मैंने डायल किया ना आपने कभी डायल किया?
मैंने कराची का नंबर दे दिया,
नंबर नहीं है।
मैंने अरे एड्रेस बताइए
मेरे पास,
आप मुझे बताइए और क्या चाहिए आपको मैं बताऊं। यू आर लुकिंग सो नर्वस टुडे तारिक अजीम, आप आउट ऑफ डेप्थ लग रहे हैं आज।
मेरे भाई
आप आउट ऑफ डेप्थ लग रहे हैं। आप ये देखिए ये जैसे
बात कर रहे हैं, एक वर्ल्ड स्कूप की बात कर रहे हैं
भारत में।
आपके पास ना कोई नंबर है ना दाऊद इब्राहिम से बात की, ना आपने दाऊद इब्राहिम की बेगम से बात की।
Denying, you see the sunlight and deny it. You stop living in the black hole. You see the sunlight and deny it.
The simple question is
you are living in an elusive world.
Simple question today. Sushant Sareen and Barrister Zahid Saeed.
अरे भाई जरा पानी दें इनको। Give him some water, please. इनको जरा cool down कीजिए।
अच्छा एक बात बताइए। आप one second. Sushant Sareen.
not just laughing about.
Sushant Sareen. The details of the flights taken by Dawood Ibrahim's wife on the 26th.
You'll have a heart attack for God's sake.
No, you know what happens when we hear.
Please cool down.
Mr. Tariq Azim, जब लोग झूठ बोलते हैं तो हम भारत में ऐसे एक बात मानते हैं कि जब आदमी झूठ बोलता है तो एक झूठ कवर अप करने के लिए और एक झूठ कहता है। Sushant Sareen and Siddharth Nath Singh, why are the Pakistanis looking so worked up today on the Dawood Ibrahim issue? Barrister Zahid Saeed, I am coming to you. आप भी जरा पता करें क्या हो रहा है आपके दाऊद इब्राहिम को लेकर। Sushant Sareen, please. Sushant Sareen.
Unfortunately,
of the dossiers.
Yes, Sushant Sareen, go ahead.
I really couldn't.
Sushant Sareen.
I really couldn't trust my eyes when. I couldn't trust my eyes.
I have a problem with the audio there. I have a problem with the audio.
On camera.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you now.
Okay, so I couldn't believe my eyes when he started, waving those dossiers. Because what I saw on the dossier, and if you can ask some of your team to play back, I saw that it was a dossier which on the cover page had the Ashok Chakra on it. Now for the life of me, can't imagine. I don't know if Mr. Sartaj Aziz was behaving like an SM Krishna and taking out some old Indian dossier and waving back at the Indians that this is the dossier we've elected. But it was rather odd that, Pakistanis prepare a dossier with the Ashok Chakra on the cover page. So I don't know what that dossier contains. I am one with Maroof on this. I would love to see that, because I am very excited to know what was the Indians doing which the Pakistanis have discovered. I am really very keen to know. But to come back to the main issue of Dawood Ibrahim.
Yeah, Dawood.
Frankly speaking, I think I would imagine that the phone number you would have called would no longer exist. I don't think the ISI is even that incompetent that number would exist anymore. That number probably is history, number one. Number two, but I would think that if Times Now has been doing what it has been doing, which is very good journalistic work, I would imagine that the Indian intelligence agencies would have already used that information much before you had your hands on that information and gathered a fairly substantial amount of information on these guys.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, as far as the passenger manifest and other things are concerned, I really wonder whether we might, because of this new relationship with the UAE, it will not just be passenger manifests, but also, maybe the footage from the CCTV cameras on the days these people traveled. Perhaps we might be able to lay our hands on that as well.
Absolutely.
So, documentary plus video evidence, I think, will really help us nail these things down. The problem, however, is going to be that the Pakistanis will continue to live in denial.
Yeah, okay, now one sec. Simple. Barrister Zahid Saeed. I can understand your problem that the Pakistani guests are facing today, but what we are providing to you, what we are showing to you is hard evidence. And each time, consider the number of times, Barrister Zahid Saeed, consider the number of times that you have denied Dawood Ibrahim's existence in Pakistan. Can you deny your former envoy Shahryar Khan admitted to Dawood's presence in Pakistan, which he later retracted? Can you deny that? Can you deny the phone call we made? Can you deny that Mehjabeen Sheikh is his wife? Can you deny the address? Can you deny the phone bill that we have with us? Can you deny that entire conversation? Can you deny his wife said that he was sleeping at home? Can you deny, Barrister Zahid Saeed, that your foreign office has been parroting a lie? A lie, झूठ. आप झूठ बोल रहे हैं. 20 सालों से झूठ बोल रहे हैं about not knowing where Dawood's existence is. Barrister Zahid Saeed and Syed Tariq Peerzada, answer the question tonight. Or have you run out of responses, both of you? I can see none of you have a response. Syed Tariq Peerzada doesn't have a response, neither does Barrister Zahid Saeed. And Tariq Azim, I think, has lost his argument. Now tell me, what are you gaining from all of this, Tariq Azim?
Arnab,
yes, Siddharth. I don't think we have the audio with Islamabad. We'll get it back. Yes, please. Siddharth.
Arnab, the reason the reason the Pakistani guests are unable to respond to your questions and the evidence that you have shown on Dawood Ibrahim and his wife, because of that, they have become speechless, and the drama which started by a comment of Bollywood script, perhaps they tried to do a Bollywood script by dialing a fictitious number, or not even dialing. A senior person from Pakistan who was trying to do a Bollywood script is something which I would say is a very shameless defense being exhibited on NewsHour today.
That's true.
And that shows Pakistan further in a poor light, that they are not really interested to acknowledge and say, yes, there is some mistake which is being done in the past. We are here to correct it. India and Pakistan has agreed in UFA to correct that. And Dawood Ibrahim becomes one of the kingpins in the entire terror episode, which needs to be addressed jointly. They don't want to cooperate. That is the intent which has been exhibited, perhaps by the Pakistani establishment, but certainly by the panelists from Pakistan who are on your channel, supposed to be very highly rated, credited Pakistani citizen, but today
Tariq,
their show is very shameless.
Yes, please go ahead and say something.
May I say something?
Go ahead, Barrister. We lost your line in between. Please tell us why.
Okay.
Go
First of all, you are not a detective agency, you're a media, TV. These questions should be left to Mr. Sartaj Aziz and his counterpart in India.
So we know what you're doing. We know what we are doing. We don't need to learn journalism from you. 1 second. We don't need to learn. Don't do that. First
all these problems.
No. We have tracked down Dawood Ibrahim. Don't try and run down what we've done. No, we have. We have tracked down Dawood Ibrahim.
Going to India.
Sir, we have tracked down.
They in a city of 20 million, Karachi, there must be at least 100 Dawood Ibrahims. So this sort of evidence, I'm afraid, should be presented.
I expect. Maroof says he was expecting. Maroof
the third thing is,
Maroof is responding to you, Barrister.
Extradition treaty between India and Pakistan. Now, in order to systemize things, this sort of meeting should go ahead and try to institutionalize extradition between
Barrister Zahid Saeed.
This will do much more
Barrister
benefit to both countries.
Barrister Zahid Saeed puts an argument tonight.
Arnab,
Barrister puts an argument, Maroof.
They
He
have
says
to have some sort of commission, joint commission to look into that. Now, if you don't do these things, the alternative is confrontation, conflict, and which is not good for two.
Sir, we don't need a lecture now. We need a realization from your side.
End up in
Sir, I'm sorry. We don't need a lecture from you. This is a debate. This is a debate. We don't need a lecture from the Pakistanis now. Barrister Zahid Saeed, भारत के लोग बोल रहे हैं कि बहुत हो गया. नहीं सुनिए Barrister Zahid Saeed.
To your embassy.
Can you hear me?
Should be set aside.
Is the audio through?
Because India should have a big heart. What is this little excuse? All right, you don't like it, you protest. You protest to us. Why have you called them? But you go ahead. This is not a condition, as your foreign minister
Arnab, may
said. You go ahead, you have your talks, have constructive talks, and you move forward.
Okay, now, Barrister, I need to get a reply from the Indian side.
Be negative.
Sir, you know what's up, Barrister? First of all, let me say something to you, Barrister.
Thank you.
Don't give us this lecture on being negative. You know what being negative is? You know what being negative is? Negative is putting a cowardly fugitive who kills thousands of people in the Mumbai blast, giving him shelter in Karachi, and then denying to the world that you have done so. I am asking you, Syed Tariq Peerzada, if you have the guts, if you have the guts today, if you have the guts, then say he's in Karachi, and then let us settle the matter internationally.
Like that, it should be made to the right quarters.
Right quarters? We made the point you made several times, multiple times. You are saying today, and Maroof is responding to you, sir. Maroof is responding to you. You are saying there are in the city of Karachi.
And they can give information to each other.
Barrister, zara 2 minutes. हो गया.
Barrister साहब,
आपकी बात सुन ली हमने.
We should be able to sort out
आपकी बात सुन ली.
Barrister साहब,
आपकी बात सुन ली. आप कह रहे हैं.
For the agency.
आप सुनिए. अच्छा, Barrister, please.
Responsibility.
Barrister, एक मिनट रुक
जाइए. We should sit down and do it.
Barrister, now you are repeating yourself like a broken record. With respect, the fact of the matter is this, Barrister Zahid Saeed. Barrister, please. I don't think is he getting my audio?
You must be positive in your thinking. You're a nuclear power. You have
well, I think Maroof, go ahead.
Arnab, why don't you let people talk? Why don't you let people talk?
Maroof is respond. Maroof, please.
Barrister Saab, with respect. Barrister Saab, with respect, I just want to make 3 points. I want to make 3 points, sir. I want to make 3 points. Point one, sir. Point one, you may say that there are hundreds of people in Karachi with the name Majhabeen, but the fact of the matter is, I don't think there are hundreds of houses in Clifton with the same address that we have been disclosing to you again and again where Dawood lives, and the various other addresses including Islamabad. I'm sure your country is not that disorganized that there will be hundreds of houses with the same address. So that's one. The second point is that Dawood, do you recognize that under international norms there is a need to come down heavily on people who are recognized and have a red flag notice as global terrorists? Barrister Saab, आप दूसरे की बात भी सुन लीजिए. I think you should have learnt in the courts that when you finished your argument, hear the counter argument. Please hear the other point of view, sir. Sir, I've heard you out, but you hear the other point of view. Point one, you are saying hundreds of people in Karachi might have the same name, but hundreds of houses in Karachi or Islamabad would not have the same address. Point two, do you recognize that international terrorists who are branded such with red flag notice must be handed over to the country concerned and then eventually get punishment? Do you approve of that? Or do you decide for yourself who is an international terrorist even when the world tells you otherwise? I'm sure Pakistan accepts international law. It regards itself as a sovereign nation which goes by the rules of the international community. So when the international community is pointing fingers at Dawood as an international terrorist, why are you shielding him? Point three, now if you cannot take care of him because of his vested interests of the patrons in Pakistan, allow us to take care of him. I hope you will not mind it if we take to covert methods to eliminate him on your soil.
Yeah.
And you can happily turn around and say, since hundreds
Mr.
of people
Peerzada.
die in Pakistan, ye bhi mar gaya gang warfare ke andar. I think that should suit your explanation. So let's work together, either to get Dawood out of Pakistan or to eliminate him.
No, absolutely. I mean, I don't know why you're pushing it to that point. Why don't you simply hand him over? I don't think Syed Tariq Peerzada is getting the phone call. But do you agree with that argument, Tariq Azim?
Because you just turned off the volume. You just muted everything.
Sir, nobody turned off the volume. You had no response. You didn't have a single response, Mr. Peerzada. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Peerzada.
You.
No, I'm
like
sorry,
always,
Mr. Peerzada.
You have the habit of lying on all the issues, including the one you just did.
Mr. Peerzada, will you answer a question? Okay, here's a question to you.
Repeat.
Here's a question to you. I'm repeating the question.
बंद हो जाता
But आपको सुनना तो पड़ेगा ना. आप सुनिए. Mr. Peerzada, can you hear me now?
Arnab, if you can hear me.
Can you hear me now, Mr. Peerzada?
An exercise in futility to continue this program.
Mr. Peerzada, I can see here you are clearly seem to be pretending not to hear me. This is an amazing situation here where I appear to have your audio. You know that we have located Dawood Ibrahim. Sometimes you say you are hearing me, sometimes you say you are not. I'm being repeatedly told by my producers that the audio is going through. And Maroof and Siddharth Nath Singh and Commodore J Singh and Sushant Sareen, we have a remarkable situation right now where two guests from Pakistan, at least one of them, Syed Tariq Peerzada, is claiming that he's not getting the audio through. But if you were not hearing my audio, how were you responding the last time?
The reception is...
Don't tell me about the reception, but don't try this game. Don't try the game of pretending you don't know. If you don't have an answer to my question, say we have been trapped. We don't have specific answers to the Dawood issue. Don't pretend.
In fact, you
don't
never
act on
have
television.
any question other than a diatribe.
Well, do you have a proof of...
What's your question?
The question is very simple. Address... now
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me, right? Siddharth can hear me. This fantastic situation, Siddharth. The Pakistani guests stumped on Dawood are now saying they can't hear me. But occasionally they come forth and respond. Now, if they can't hear me, they should not be able to respond.
All right, here is the answer.
So stop acting, Mr. Peerzada. That's all. My request is stop acting.
Each time Pakistan makes a serious move to start talks with India,
Mr. Peerzada, you want to call the ISI
India
and take
comes up with diversionary tactics, including...
How is Dawood a diversionary tactic?
Dawood Ibrahim.
How is Dawood a diversionary? Dawood is a core issue.
People, and these are 1.4 billion Indian people who have to put up with this, fabrication of lies, distortions, and things like that.
How is Dawood a diversionary issue? How is Dawood a diversionary issue? Answer the question. How is Dawood a diversionary issue? Dawood is the core issue.
Mr. Peerzada,
later.
Siddharth, how is Dawood a diversionary issue? And you've run out of arguments. I can also suggest to you, Siddharth.
I'll tell you a very logical way.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Mr. Peerzada, I'll tell you a very logical way where your government can then come up with all the
You never have a logical way. You have one way, which is to confuse the issue, mislead the people of India, and try to confuse the existing issue, which is the focus
Indian media
on
has
Kashmir.
come up with the voice
Kashmir is now on the surface.
Then you can take the tapes, go for a forensic international lab, prove it that it is wrong. Thirdly, there is a boarding pass on a flight which is between Karachi and Dubai.
This is exactly
now that we can prove it that who had flown on it. And you can then also prove, if you think we are lying, come up with that proof and say, no, that boarding pass is wrong. Go on a logical step rather than doing a Bollywood script on the television today.
Long-standing point of view that these countries are really enemy states.
So you're rambling now.
The peace, the talks
so with respect, Mr. Peerzada,
are not the way to go.
Mr. Peerzada,
we always knew that the Pakistani guests are illogical, so they will not listen to any logical way of resolving what we are accusing you of.
I want to say something to the viewers, Siddharth.
Well,
I want to say something.
Aziz has given you the option. He just told you
Mr.
that
Peerzada.
I'm coming to New Delhi.
Mr. Peerzada.
Well,
Get ready for the talks.
option
I'm
is
bringing the
the option is
of
come
your
with your proof,
intervention,
expose us if you
of
can.
your,
We will expose you back.
Commissions
That is what the options
in
are.
Pakistan, and get
Mr.
ready for the talks.
Mr. Peerzada, at this stage, at this stage of the debate,
Mr. Aziz, Mr.
and not
Aziz,
Kashmir.
have the guts to push Mr. Sartaj Aziz to be in India. We will welcome him. Let him give all the dossiers, whatever he has. Let him confront the dossiers we gave, including of Dawood Ibrahim. That is the right way to go about. Don't bring bottlenecks. Don't bring hurdles to run away from those talks.
at this stage, I want to ask Tariq Azim a question. Tariq Azim, I want to ask you a question. One second, Mr. Azim,
you're saying.
Mr. Azim,
Yes,
Mr. Azim, question for you. Question for you. 1 minute, 1 minute. Mr. Azim, please, on television. Yes, please. Mr. Tariq Azim, you're a very senior leader. You're a former minister of Pakistan, a senior leader of the PMLN. I appreciate your coming on the program tonight and for making that point. Now, this program, Mr. Azim, is being telecast across India, and we are usually broadcast in 100 countries with a reach of 100 million people. All these people would like you to pick up your telephone right now, show us your screen, and the last phone number dialed, which you said was Dawood Ibrahim's phone number. Please pick up your phone, make your screen face the camera, and so that the camera can zoom in and we can see for ourselves which phone number you were dialing.
Arnab, I still think that you do not get the point.
So
I'm dialing
telling
the
you
same number.
Which number?
Can you please let me finish? Can you let me finish, please?
Yeah.
Please, give me 1 minute without shouting,
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you to show me your phone.
I was dialing the same number. I was dialing the same number as times now dialed. Because you did not dial any number, I was not dialing any number either.
So now you're saying you're speaking metaphorically.
All like diversionary tactics.
No. So now you're speaking. No, you
this
just
is totally diversionary
now you're saying
tactics coming soon after.
So what are you doing?
After that you
Sir, you're a minister.
That we are bringing a dossier to you.
So you're
bringing the dossier to you to show you your involvement in terrorism inside Pakistan.
This is so apparent.
You just come up with diversionary tactics.
Sir, this
it's
is
wonderful.
So,
it's
this
wonderful.
This is so strange, sir. Actually, I'm feeling embarrassed.
Mr. Tariq
Siddharth Nath Singh is also a senior leader of the BJP.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
I'm shocked as well. I'm shocked as well. Tariq Azim, I'm shocked with your reply.
They do
Please
that.
listen.
But
I'm
what
shocked with your
now
reply.
has done
Please
is called a nationalist journalism. It's a true nationalist journalism, and they have gone as per the ethics of journalism and dial the number, come to know. If you have a problem, please take the tape, ask Mr. Arnab Goswami to hand over the tape to you, go to the International Forensic Lab and then prove that what Arnab has said is wrong. That would be the right way to answer it. But don't do a drama. Don't do a drama. It's unfortunate.
Absolutely. Regrettable.
Today is doing a drama.
You called us on this program. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. You called us on this program to discuss the visit of Sartaj Aziz Sahib tomorrow. And suddenly you divulge all this new thing. Talk about a tape which does not exist. Okay, if you do have any evidence when Sartaj Aziz Sahib comes tomorrow, by all means place before him. You only came up with this story
because it is new evidence
that he's coming up.
But it is relevant.
Okay,
but Mr. Tariq Azim, it relates to the most fundamental question of terrorism, which is the subject of the NSA level talks.
Sure.
The most wanted terrorist in India and across the world is Dawood Ibrahim. Why should I not talk about Dawood Ibrahim if I have his wife on tape confirming his whereabouts? If I have proven that you've been lying about him, it proves centrally the basic issue that you have been using your country as a laboratory for terror against India. How can you come and ask me on what basis I put out the information on Dawood Ibrahim? This is my duty as a journalist. You have also questioned me and I take offense to that. You have questioned the timing of my news story. Sir, a news story is not timed to your convenience. A news story is not timed to your convenience. Will you ask tomorrow? No, will you ask Dawood Ibrahim's wife?
Your producers,
so will you ask?
Producers, I said this and I repeat again. How do I know? How can I discuss an issue? of which I do not know anything at all.
Sir, are you not aware?
Just brought us on this program.
Sir, but are you not aware?
You brought us on this program saying we are going to discuss.
Sir, it's a relevant question. Sushant is responding to you. No, I'm sorry,
is that
Sushant.
Right or not?
No, it's a very relevant issue because your Foreign Office spokespersons have always said that Dawood Ibrahim is not in Pakistan. Sushant Sareen, please. Sushant Sareen.
No, I can understand Mr. Tariq Azim's predicament. He's a government minister. He's a part of the ruling party. So I can understand his problems. But the thing is that he can also feign ignorance that he didn't know what the program was all about. But I think somebody as senior as him can also hold out an assurance that if indeed Dawood Ibrahim is there, then the government of Pakistan is going to make sure that once they've narrowed it down, they will arrest the man and they will hand him over, or they will treat him under whatever law he deserves to be treated under. But for them to continuously deny and before you guys have done this, almost 7-8 years back, there was a Pakistani journalist in the Herald magazine who narrowed down on Dawood Ibrahim, and after that the man lost his job. He was literally hounded and he died prematurely. So this kind of a tactic which has been done inside Pakistan, I think they need to get over it. Now, if they keep claiming that they are very serious in fighting terrorism, they're very serious in fighting crime, then how can you be giving sanctuary to an international terrorist like Dawood Ibrahim, a man who's a mass murderer, who's been involved for drug trafficking, who's been involved for funding terrorism?
That is a sensible talk. That is the way we should be talking. Now, if you have evidence, you have a record, please give it to Syed Aziz Saab when he comes tomorrow. Yes, I agree with you.
But I saw your
review. Please give the evidence to Syed Aziz Saab tomorrow. We assure you, if we find out that he
Sir,
we will do something about it.
These assurances are futile. I'll tell you why, and Maroof is coming in on that, because we always take this kind of assurance at face value, and then you turn around and say, we don't believe your tape. I'm telling you, I've given you the phone number. I can give you the full details. We called Dawood Ibrahim's wife. We captured her on phone. You call it a Bollywood script because it doesn't suit you. Remember, sir, that if you are out there, keeping this venomous snakes inside your country, they will come back to bite you. The poison will hit you, which it already is, but you refuse to learn the lesson. Maroof, last word to you, Maroof.
Arnab, I just want to remind the Pakistani guests that Dawood Ibrahim was one of the key elements that the intelligence agencies in Pakistan used from 2002 onwards to set up the Karachi project. The Karachi project is the parent of a number of hardcore Indian Mujahideen and local operatives who operate in India. So therefore, giving Dawood to us would be opening a can of worms for the intelligence agencies in Pakistan about the role that they had done, they had taken up to have Karachi project as a source of deniability for Pakistan extending its proxy war to other means in India. That's one. The second point is that if Pakistan's establishment doesn't want to take him out, I think India should seriously consider covert methods to have Dawood eliminated and give a message to the world that if you are an Indian enemy, we will hound you to death wherever you are.
Maroof Raza, Siddharth Nath Singh, Sushant Sareen, J Singh, Tariq Azim and Barrister Zahid Saeed, thank you very much for joining me on the debate on the News Hour tonight. And here's the tape, once again, that the whole country is talking about.
हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
हेलो वालेकुम अस्सलाम, क्या मैं मैजुबीन शेख से बात कर रहा हूँ?
जी
मैडम, आप कराची से बोल रहे हैं?
जी आप कौन?
जी मैडम, मुझे बस पूछना था, आप मिस्टर दाऊद इब्राहिम की बीवी हैं?
जी वो सो रहे हैं।